I'm James Gibson on the land, man. Welcome to my podcast show, man. And today I bring the queen of Chicago City, our own mother, man, Esther Hernandez, man, and she come to the stage live, man, and give y'all this pain, because pain is knowledge and knowledge is pain. Please welcome to the stage, Esther Hernandez. So today I'm here with one of our pioneers, Esther Hernandez, who has been standing in the gap for us on the land for many years, man. She stood in the gap for me when nobody else stood for me. She believed in me. She stood in those cold courtrooms across Illinois, all my court cases, her and her husband. Today he can't be here because we got to watch the little one, but she's here standing in the gap as always, as she discussed what's on her mind, because I'm the voice to the voiceless. Please welcome to the stage, Esther Hernandez.
Thank you.
So how you been doing, Esther?
Oh, it hasn't been one of my better days, but I had a really bad migraine this morning, but I needed to be here.
You had a very bad migraine?
Migraine headache. I get migraines, but I said, I'm not going to let this stop me from going for this interview, because somebody has to hear our story, you know.
And we're here to tell your story, Esther, because pain is knowledge and knowledge is pain. So tell us about what is it that you're doing and the T-shirt that you're wearing today, Hernandez brothers. Who are the Hernandez brothers?
The Hernandez brothers are my sons, are my two sons that were framed by the corrupt detective Reynaldo Guevara, who framed over 50 people.
You said over 50 people?
Over 50, yes.
And so how long have your sons been incarcerated?
It made 24 years yesterday.
24 years yesterday.
Yeah, 28.
And so what's the status of the case with your sons? And because I got a phone call the other night that one of them was in critical condition for us with heart failure, 35% of the heart thing going on, with 3 years to live or something like that.
Yes, it was very harsh news to me, because the way I found out was that the lawyers were filing an emergency clemency because of his heart condition.
So you said they filed an emergency clemency petition in front of the governor?
Yes, because of his heart condition, and my other son, Juan, has asthma. And when I read that and I saw that they hire a heart specialist, and his opinion was that with the condition that my son has, that he only has like 3 more years of life. And that really broke me, you know.
Don't let it break you. Don't let it break you.
Yeah.
You got to stand still trusting in God.
But you know what? I knew that God healed them. You know, it's just the news. When it comes like that, you take it. But I knew that I had prayed for my son for healing. And that happened before I heard this news. So I said, I'm not going to accept this report. I'm not accepting it, because I know God healed my son. I have faith in God. I'm a Christian mother, and I believe in God. And through all these years, who had kept me going like this and strong? God. Nobody else but God. And that's why we fight. I don't only fight for my sons. We have this committee called Innocent Immense Justice. And we have all these mothers, you know, that it breaks my heart, because there's a lot of mothers, just like your mother, James, and Mark Clemens' mother, that fought for you guys, right? All these years. We're doing the same, you know, and I pray to God to keep me healthy so that I could get to see my sons come home, you know.
And you've been standing in the gap for us, not only for your sons.
Yeah.
So from my understanding, the courts down here in Cook County and the state's attorney has been delaying these post convictions and stuff like that. So what's the status with the Hernandez brothers, your sons?
Yeah, they've been delaying it since the pandemic. That's the excuse that, you know, the pandemic, and they just kept delaying. The judge didn't have this, the state didn't have that. It was always something, right? And so they finally, the good thing was that the judge did, he granted the evidentiary hearing.
Evidentiary hearing?
Yeah, he granted that, but that was back in March. So, you know, it's been delayed. And then finally, hopefully, we go back to court on July 21st. And the lawyer saying that hopefully that day they will have it all together, and then they could start, you know, the process of doing this hearing.
So let me bring you up to speed what that means, mother. Once the judge granted them an evidentiary hearing, right? Mm-hmm. Now they go into the stage of what they call the bill of particular and motion discovery. So that means that the state's got to pretend over a list of witnesses and the defense got to pretend over a list of witnesses and evidence. Mm-hmm. So now we move into after you get the bill of particular and the motion discovery, the answer to motion discovery, then the judge set in the date to start the actual hearing. Mm-hmm. And in your son's case, it's very pivotal that they strategically file motions after they get through answer the motion discovery and bill of particular. In particular, now that the judge done granted them to take judicial notice of a pattern and practice of Guevara, mm-hmm. they got to move now to file a motion to say that if we show injuries in custody, then the burden shifts back to the state. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And so yes. That's what that's the understanding I got, and that's where your son is at because I talked to him on the phone. Right. The other issue I want to bring to the attention of all of the advocates and the people that's been contacting me about the officers coming in and not pleading the fifth anymore because of the James Gibson ruling on the James Gibson ruling's second ruling. Well, that's simple. You know what I'm saying? Don't get all upset about them coming in and pleading the fifth because mm-hmm. all you have to do then is order the proceedings of that day that the officers come in and testify, and you go over to the U.S. Attorney's Office and you bring up the background of that officer's past actions, and you ask the U.S. Attorney General to prosecute that officer for obstruction of justice and perjury. Make no mistake about it. This is the greatest country on earth. Not all officers are bad, but we just fallen up on a bad apple of the sea. If we was anywhere else in the country with these Guevara cases, these John Burgess cases, Sergeant Watts case, the state's attorney would automatically move to dismiss these charges. Right. So now they're saying that the state's attorney's hands are tied. So I want to tell you, our First Lady Esther of our Latino community, the crossover flavor, you've been on the land with us for many years, that all y'all have to do is instruct your lawyers to file a motion called 193 in honor of the great late F.E. Beatty, motion architect. Any time a post-conviction is pending over 160 days and you pass the second stage, you can file them to compel, call it up. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You can't use the word compelled in the circuit court level. You can only use the word compelled in the federal court level. But you can file a circuit court motion and ask the judge to call up these proceedings because it's been long enough. And then that'll force the state's attorney to either answer those charges, to call up that particular issue that's been pending several years or whatever, or dismiss the charges. See, we got to learn how to fight on that level with them, and because we don't know. So, from my understanding, I heard that they made some promises to you when the last election that was going on, and you have not been able to sit down and talk to the people. What people are you talking about?
Well, so when Kim Foxx, the state's attorney, was running the first time, we supported her. We voted for her. We thought that she was going to make the runs right because she said it. She promised it. She goes, I'm going to write the runs, I'm going to look into all these Guevara cases, blah, blah. And nothing happened. Then she ran again. And then last year, she did send out a letter to the lawyers stating that she was going to have the integrity unit do an investigation.
The conviction integrity unit?
Yeah, in all Guevara cases for mass incineration. But we're still waiting.
So therefore, you said that you have not been in communication with her since last year.
Since that. Well, no, actually, we did have a meeting a few months ago. I'm not sure what day it was. We did have a meeting with her staff from the integrity unit. And they were saying, yes, that they are working on it, but it takes time. And I said, well, how much time does it take? It takes time. But these guys, they're being in prison for decades. Oh, for us to be patient. And I said, how more patient can I be? Because she didn't want to come to the meeting. Kim Foxx, so her staff was there. So to me, I was just but then I said, you know what? I'm not even going to go there because I know God is in control. God said my boys are coming home. Whether it's through Kim Foxx or not, I know they're coming home because God promised.
And the word cannot come back void.
That's right.
So tell me a little bit about the campaign that's going on in July about this billboard and what the purpose
Yes.
and what we're trying to get out with the message about this billboard that's going to be up front of.
Can I read that for you?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Because it's here. I wanted to announce it. So on Friday, July. The day went off. This Friday coming up, we are gonna be putting up this billboard that my son came up with the idea. Why? Because King Fox, right? This is like, it says, okay, come rally with innocent immense justice on July 2nd at 9 a.m. on the corner of 26th and California next to Popeye's Chicken, as we unveil our new billboard that was made to question State's Attorney Kim Fox as to why 12 men still sit in prison and many other men who are out still have convictions on their backs. All these men were framed by disgraced retired detective Reynaldo Guevara, while he still continues to plead the fifth when questioned under oath. Enough is enough. Kim Fox must do her job. So help us make her hear our voices for mass exoneration for all Guevara cases. So that will be on the 2nd, on Friday, July 2nd.
So that'd be on July 2nd, Friday, across the street from the county courthouse.
The billboard is going to be put up tomorrow, but because of, we don't know what time and the rain and that, we decided to do this on Friday so we could let people know, have more time to invite people, and we would love.
So is there a phone number that did you like to send out there to the people that can call down to Kim Fox and inquire about what is the delay? Because from my understanding, I've been researching other states, like Baltimore, California, Philadelphia, New York, and Florida, and Texas. Mm-hmm. Whenever there's been an issue where there has been misconduct and the courts has ruled on it and is proved and collaborated, the attorney general or the state's attorney, they act on them cases and they respond because the testimony any future further testimony is tainted. Mm-hmm. So they act on them in these cases throughout the United States, and they expunged and they gave them guys relief. In the state of Illinois, just as well as the torture cases. You know what I'm saying? I had to go to a court 30 years, 27 appeals, three reversals before they finally, you know what I'm saying, like the special prosecutor report and the Eagles report and the Goldstone report. And now we got the U.S. Department of Justice finding saying that there's been a pattern of systematically targeting people of color skin since 1979, 1971. And so all these officers have already been, found to have been committed these crimes. Right. So what is the whole time about? It takes time. You know what I'm saying? You said that Kim Fox ran on the campaign that she was going to correct this wrong. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I don't got nothing against Kim Fox. Kim Fox, being the first African-American state's attorney in this state that released more wrongful conviction people in the history of this country. You know what I'm saying? And what I think is happening with the Honorable Kim Fox is that her hands are tied. Mm-hmm. And what I mean by hands are being tied is because, you know what I'm saying, you can't compel her on the circuit court level. Right. You know what I'm saying? And she can't stop an officer for testifying because it's his rights up under due process law, equal protection of rights. All I'm telling to you is, Mother Esther, is this. When they go in these cases and they testify and they had already pleaded the fifth in other cases, then you just order the transcripts of that proceedings and you ask the U.S. attorney to investigate that. You take that jurisdiction to another subject matter and take it up out of Kim Fox's hands.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because this is bigger than Kim Fox.
Right, it is. And I know, I know Kim Fox done a lot. And I do appreciate that. She's done more than what the one before her.
Anita Alvarez.
Yeah, she's a Hispanic. Anita Alvarez, you would think she would really, but she was like the worst one. And that's why I was like, I felt that Kim Fox was gonna, like you said, she might have time, her hands are tied. But at the same time, I just feel like, why is it taking so long for her to do this? It's been going on for so long. And yeah, she let a lot of the Watts people go, which was good. And my thing was, I just want to hear that one day she'll do the same thing for the Guevara cases. That she'll say, you know what, I'm gonna let these guys come home. They're innocent. And to me, it is what it is why does it take so long? You know.
It takes so long, I believe, because they playing political football with human lives, and it's a part of the policies. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm James Gibson on the land, and I'm teaching the people across the nation the policies, man. See, once you learn the policies, you learn how to be competitive with them. You know what I'm saying? Because this is all about business. And so, like I'm saying, with the Guevara issues and Hernandez brothers, I talk to your son all the time. He told me about the third stage evidentiary hearing granted. And after the discovery motions are filed and the bill of particular motions, then they're going to start having the hearings. And so what they call akin to a third stage evidentiary hearing. And then the officers will be coming in and do what they do. From my understanding, Guevara has already announced that he's going to be pleading the fifth in your son's case.
Yeah, he already did it about a month ago. He did it in one of the cases, Johnny Flores. It's a Guevara case. And he's going to continue probably to do the same thing.
And so what that means is that you shift the burden from the specifics to the generalization. So once the officers come in and plead the fifth, then the state's got to put on evidence that they didn't receive injuries while in custody. And so now that the motion's been won to call in the background of pattern and practice, they're going to go into the bill of particular and motion discovery.
Right.
And then they're going to call in all the witnesses, and then your side going to have a chance to question their side about the evidence, and then their side going to have a chance to put in the evidence that they said that they have. Now that the tree is poisoned, because the statement is ruled coercion. And so now you go into the tree. And so I'm so glad you had a chance to come over here, even though you had a headache. You've been standing for us for so long, and so I got to stand for you too.
Thank you
and
so
I'll
much.
be there July the 2nd, standing with you.
Thank you, James. I really appreciate you. You are being here for us. I'm very thankful for you. I feel better now. My head is gone. I just had to come here. I feel like this is a good place to be. I feel like the presence of the Lord was in this place today. And I met these beautiful ladies, the ones that before me.
Miracle, Long Journey Home.
Miracle, yeah.
And wasn't that something though? Miracle.
Yeah.
A Caucasian lady.
Yes.
For 40 years in a tragedy like that, tied up, her best friend killed, but she lived. A Catholic. You know what I'm saying? And then turn around and hate black people for 40 years, and the Catholic Church for 40 years, to be turned around, brought back to the Catholic Church after 40 years, and to forgive the killer of a friend who saved her, who gave her a chance and didn't kill her, because he's a killer. You know what I'm saying? And then this same killer apologized after she wrote up and named her Miracle, and now she's best friend with this guy calling on the governor here in Illinois, Governor Pritzker, to grant him a pardon, which is pending. I want to send out a shot to Governor Pritzker, because Governor Pritzker doing a fine job here in this state, man, with the deck stacked like it is, man, with this COVID and stuff, man. And I appreciate over 3,000 people that's been released on these commutations and these clemencies, man. And I'm just calling on mercy on that case of Peter Logan. But also, I would like to send a statement out to the governor again, in the cases of these Guevara cases, the cases of these torture cases. We already got the torture center, the reprimand Corinthium. What more else did we need? The Torture Relief Commission, and now the Guevara issue, the pleading the fifth on it. I'm asking that the honorable governor act on these cases, man, and step in, man, and save yourself some money, man. Because in the end, if it take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, these brothers got to be compensated, man, for these wrongful convictions. And so with that, man, I'm James Gibson on the land, and y'all join me in my new podcast. I'm new at this, but y'all come and join me, man. I got pain, because pain is knowledge and knowledge is pain. Y'all thank Mother Esther, man, our mother of the Latino community, man.
Thank you.
And thank you for coming, Esther. We love you.
Thank you. Love you too.